Hey everyone, I wanted to share an update on some of the data science infrastructure work that we've been doing this quarter, particularly around a feature store. Um, Currently, we do use a feature store for some of our data science models. We use an open source platform called Feast. We've been playing around with it for, I think, well over a year now. And one of the things that Jean has discovered is that it doesn't quite meet the needs and how we actually use features to create data science models. How a traditional feature store works is it kind of calculates all the features for every time point. So that way, when you need them, it just go and retrieve it and pull it. For our use cases, that doesn't necessarily work because we really only want like maybe 1% of all the days that the features are calculated for. And so he's done some workarounds and Feast to try to get it to do what we want it to do, and it kind of works, but there's definitely some pain points. And so we've started to explore some other options. And one option that we tended to gravitate towards was the feature store functionality within Snowflake. So we've worked with some of the folks on the Snowflake side to understand how their feature store is implemented and how it can do what we want it to do. And so one thing we've been working on this quarter is to set up a proof of concept uh, for the feature store where we take some of our problematic features in Feast and see can we do it better in the Snowflake feature store. And so we think the answer is yes, and we want to move forward with it. So uh, how we ended up doing is we set up this POC, and you can go to this project. There's a ton of help documentation on what we did to set it up. But basically, what we did is we used Snowflake UDFs that kind of get parameterized. So if you only want data for a certain date or a certain range of dates, you just set that in your Jupyter notebook, and then it creates the UDF using those date parameters that then generates the features using those date parameters and then get served to you. So it's kind of a much cleaner implementation than the forked Feast implementation we were working on. Um, and so we've set up this proof of concept with just a couple features, and it seems like it works well. The main reason we want to use this and move forward with this is because currently all of our data science models, they all have their own individual SQL code. So anytime we need to update that code because um, a DBT model is changing or a new field is being added or whatnot, we have to go into every single model, change the SQL code, test those changes, redeploy the model. With a feature store, we can kind of have one source of truth for all of our features across all of our data science models. And we think this works well. So we've kind of done the proof of concept this quarter. Next quarter, we want to kind of expand it more and see if we can get kind of parity with what we currently have in Feast, but only in the Snowflake feature store. And if that proves successful, then we want to kind of go with a full implementation of the Snowflake feature store. The great thing about this is because we're not using it in the intended manner, where every day it's generating new features for every single day, the cost is actually super low because it's really kind of like an on-demand feature store. So it's only generating those features that we want when we want them. So probably have more updates about this next quarter. But if you want to kind of check out the proof of concept we did, you can check out this repository. There's a huge README in it if you want to kind of play around or if you're curious to kind of exactly how we set it up. That's all for now. Thanks.